Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Not long ago I put a question box on my Instagram story asking you guys to ask me questions, anything to do with motherhood and postpartum, anything related, and let me tell you, you guys did not hold back on the questions, that's for sure. So yeah, I thought I'd make a chit-chatty video and sit down and answer those questions. So let's jump straight into it. The first question was, did you poop when giving birth? Yes, 100%. Keeping in mind that I was pushing for 2.5 hours, so I probably pooped a handful of times, which is completely normal. You know, there was no awkwardness about it. It was fine. Like, it happens. You just, yeah, it's inevitable, let's be honest. Does baby poop really smell that bad? No. No, not really. Maybe when they start going on solids, that's when it starts to smell. But for Kaylani, no, not really. I can actually barely smell them all of the time. What was the recovery like for my Ladybits? Honestly, pretty good, other than the fact that my episiotomy stitches really played up on me. It was really good. It was a little achy and tender, but by the time I came home from the maternity unit 2 days after her birth, you honestly wouldn't have known I had just had a baby. But then, yeah, coming up a week later, my stitches started to come apart and they have really been a pain in the ass. I'm definitely healing now with my second round of stitches. I'm 4.5 weeks postpartum. Usually your episiotomy is 100% healed by 2 weeks postpartum. So I'm a bit unlucky in that area, but yeah, so that's frustrating, but we're getting there. I'm getting better. But other than my cut, I really do feel great. It was a little bit achy and tender, but yeah, it really wasn't that bad. What advice would you give to a first-time mama scared of birth? Oh, I don't even know what I'd say to that. Definitely don't be scared, because I would just keep in mind that women have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. It's completely natural. It's what we're made to do. So there is no need to fear something that your body is literally made to do and is more than capable of. Yes, it's painful. That's 100% true, but it's a very rewarding pain and 100% worth it. So don't be scared. Definitely don't be scared. What was the most awkward thing about giving birth? I don't think there was anything awkward. I guess I feel a little bit awkward now, or just maybe more embarrassed over the fact of how like loud and dramatic I was. I just feel like, I personally feel like I was over the top and a lot, yeah, higher maintenance than other women. For some reason I just feel that way. So, but I don't feel awkward about anything, you know. Midwives have seen it all, really. How do you deal with the lack of sleep? I got quite lucky because pretty much from the get-go, Kaylani was only waking up once during the night and now she's sleeping all through the night. However, because I've been struggling with my milk supply, probably due to the fact that she sleeps for 8 or 9 hours straight at night time, I have started to wake up during the night and pump, so I am getting a lot less sleep now. But personally, I've always been good on little sleep. But yeah, when I am feeling tired, I guess my only advice to give is you just have to push through and ignore it. Like, that's exactly what I do. You know, I'll be sitting there and my eyes will literally be trying to close on me. And you just have to distract yourself and just and I just tell myself, I don't have time to be tired. I've got this to do and that to do, or I've got a baby to feed, or I don't know. I just ignore it. That's the only advice I can really give. Maybe have a shower or get up and do something. That's my advice. Do something. Obviously, if you're breastfeeding or, you know, doing something sitting down, yeah, it's a bit inevitable. You're probably going to have to sit there in tiredness. But if you are able to and you're feeling tired and it's really hitting you, just, yeah, get up and get moving and do stuff, because it makes you forget about your tiredness. Best advice to feel good after giving birth. I would definitely say make sure that you prioritize your self-care. Self-care looks different for everyone. For me personally, my self-care is my shower and my skincare routine and just things like that. So I just make sure I prioritize that. That comes first every day. Other than Kaylani and pumping, if I have 1 moment of spare time, or like as soon as she goes down for a nap, I'll pump for a little bit. And the first thing I will do after that is go and have a shower and have just that little bit of me time. And whatever your self-care is for you, just make sure you're squeezing it in on a daily basis, because it personally makes me feel 100 times better. Do you have a new love for your body? I definitely do. I think more respect for my body. You know, all I have to do is look at Kaylani and just be like, oh my gosh, like my body made that. I gave birth to that. Like, it's absolutely phenomenal. So I have, yeah, so much more love and respect for my body now. 100%. Just from going through that experience. I feel like a lot of other mothers would probably agree. Has your relationship changed in a good way or a bad way? For the first week or so of Kaylani being here, I definitely feel like having her brought us really, really close, and we felt tighter and happier than we ever have. And I'm sure that most couples feel that way, but I have to admit that as time has gone on, it has definitely had its way of pushing us apart. And I feel like that happens for a lot of people as well. A lot of people get together to have a baby thinking it will bring them closer together, but a lot of the time it does the opposite. And we've definitely struggled, and we still are. It's not easy, but I have complete faith in me and Grayson. I mean, we've been through the worst and we're still okay, so we'll get through it. It's just a very hard phase, and it's a big adaptation and life change, and there's new dynamics, and it just takes time to figure out, I guess. Was it scary being solely responsible for Kaylani? Yes, 100%. Obviously, I still have Grayson as well. We're both responsible for her. But it is a freaky feeling, and I didn't actually like being left alone with her to start with. Like, my first day when Grayson went back to work, I was really nervous, just knowing that this baby's life is in my hands, you know? But you just have to get over that little mountain, that little hurdle, and we're fine now. You know, it doesn't scare me, but to start off with, it is a bit frightening. What products do I use on baby? I, at the moment, am just using like the Johnson's product range, simply because they were bought for me. I had so many baby products given to me, just like I had so many nappies given to me. I know there are, you know, good things and bad things that have been said about Johnson's. I personally don't mind. I mean, I've been using them on her body and she hasn't had any bad reactions. She smells great. You definitely should always be cautious of what you put on your baby, and when you do put something on your baby, you know, keep a close eye to make sure there aren't any adverse effects. Any advice or tips for the first week of breastfeeding? Oh gosh, I guess all I can really say is push through. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna be hard no matter what. If you have to buy yourself a breast pump, and you know, if your nipples do get really cracked and sore, pump for a couple days just to have a break. Don't give up on the breastfeeding, you know, too quickly. Just push through. Someone asked, is birth really painful? Yes, it is definitely painful, and it is a kind of pain that you cannot explain. It's a kind of pain that takes over your entire body, and it's pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said earlier on, 100% worth it. It's an empowering pain, knowing that you're doing something that's going to bring so much joy and happiness to your life. And yeah, it makes you feel pretty boss, I'm not gonna lie. Have I experienced postnatal depression? No, I haven't. I feel like I got pretty lucky. I haven't experienced the baby blues or postnatal depression. I feel pretty on top of the world. I've had my moments, but I feel like those moments have just been like any person would get, you know, when you're just feeling a little bit run down or a little bit over something. But no, I haven't, which has been really great, because I know that it is very common for women to get baby blues and postnatal depression. So I feel very lucky to not have experienced neither. Hopefully it stays that way. What did I do for postpartum care? I made padsicles. If you don't know what they are, it's basically when you put a bunch of products into a pad and freeze them, and it's like a little frozen packet of goodness for down there after birth. I'm pretty sure I used a tablespoon of aloe vera, a tablespoon of witch hazel, and a few drops of lavender essential oil, and wrap them up in a pad and put them back in the freezer. And then I used them for the first couple of days after birth. They felt amazing. I would 100% recommend them. it's mostly just the coolness. Like as soon as you put them on, it's like an ice pack on, you know, and down there you're still tender, you're a bit swollen, you know, so it's very refreshing. And I would also 100% recommend this. It definitely was amazing for me when my episiotomy was really sore. With the leftover witch hazel, I would pour it all over my pad and put it on, and it was the most soothing feeling I've ever experienced in my life. It was crazy. I actually went searching to buy more witch hazel once I had run out, and they were sold out everywhere. I couldn't find any more. But definitely 100%, if you're not going to make padsicles, buy some witch hazel and just drown your pads in them and put them on, and it'll feel great. Do you get mum guilt? I 100% do. I feel like it's a little over the top how much I experience it. I don't know. Can you other mothers out there, please let me know how your experience is with mum guilt, because I get it next level. Like, even if Kaylani is just sitting in the capsule, like while Grace and I are going out for lunch, we did this the other day, and like me and Grace are sitting there at the table and she's sitting in the capsule by herself, which is completely fine. But even then, I felt guilty for like not holding her, or the fact that she had to sit in there. Like the littlest things I'll get guilty about. I definitely get hugely guilty about my breastfeeding and how it's not going to plan like I wanted it to. She is actually at the moment getting topped up with formula. I'm doing all I can to try and get my milk up. I've been pumping, through the night and during the day, eating well, drinking lots of water. I have been eating lactation cookies, and I'm making enough to keep her healthy and to keep her growing, but she's just not getting satisfied, and she's not getting as full as she wants. And when she does get topped up with formula, she is a different baby. But because I'm not providing her with the amount that she wants, it makes me feel very, very guilty, which is annoying because I know it's completely out of my control, but I can't help it. I think it's just a mother thing. It is our instinct to feed our babies. Like, we are made to do that. And the fact that I can't do it to satisfy her, I get really upset about, which is so annoying. Hopefully it will go away. But yeah, I definitely experienced mum guilt, but it's getting better. It's 100% getting better. So that is all the questions that I got for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!